What we gonna do right now is go back, way back.
Give me your friend. Hey, hey, come on, come on, come on, give me your friend. Hey, hey, because they do the round. Fat girls like do the round. Fat girls, let me see you grind. Fat girls just doing their own thing right there with the fat thing. And the fat girls just shaking them thighs. Fat girls don't make it count.
Excuse me.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
Bitch like fat girl, hit the ground. Hit it up and you hear that sound. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it eat. Fat girl just shake it, don't speak. Big girl, let me see you do a thing. Let go, let me see you touch the ground. Shake it out, take it out, back down. Drop me in the house. Burn it all. Work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like you around. Fat girl keep going, don't quit. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl get down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it stuff, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl don't know what you know. Fat girl shake till you rip through what? On the wet, wet, hard part two. Looks in the house, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shame. Shake that back, bounce to the beat. Fat girl shake it, jiggle at me. St. Louis, back to the top. Like I like to do the rap. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like you around. Hey, 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 more hey. Let me hear you say, hey, 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 more hey. Big girls like you around. Shake, work, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake. To the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Now sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, brought three. Can't hang with 100% beat. Fat girl, know the happen, no quit. Fat girl, run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. That new, I'm look like it off the now. Fat girl, bring the crew to top the ground. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl, bounce hot and stop tripping. If you do, get chicken and hot bitch. With a lot of rock, come to the night speed. I really shit, get the day in the world, G. But fat girl, show the boys a shot. Let me see if it's fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the damn nigga. Let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are? Not ever. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing? Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your beat is so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass.
Boy, I like that big girl song. I love that big girl song. I love that big girl song because I love all my big girls. I gotta love them. I got to love them. Yo, welcome to another edition of Uncle Luke Show podcast. It's brought to you by LukeRecords.com. Make sure you go to LukeRecords.com, get all your paraphernalia, get all your good Uncle Luke gear. It's over there on LukeRecord.com, not with an S, but LukeRecord.com. And you can also go to my website, www.LutherCampbellForCongress.com. I need you to subscribe. I need you to go over there and make a donation because, as you know, I am running for Congress and we need a lot of money. I ain't going to front. We need a lot of money. We need lots of money. We need lots of money. These people who I'm running against are career politicians and they got a lot of money. and they're trying to beat us in the money game. We got to pay for flyers. We got to pay for posters. We got to pay for advertisement. We got to pay for radio. We got to pay for TV. We got to pay for staff. We got to pay for a lot of stuff. And let me just say this, right? While y'all like, share, and subscribe, let me just say this. The beautiful part about running for Congress and running for office, you find out who your real friends are. You find out who your real friends are, to be honest with you. I got a lot of people who have made millions and millions and millions of dollars. They haven't donated 1 cent. Not 1 red cent. People have made millions and millions of dollars. Like, you would think that they would be like, yo, where do I send my money at? And zap it. But it's amazing. You live and you learn. My dad always told me that. You live and you learn, no matter how many people you help and how many people lives you touch. It's, you call them your friends, but, when it's time for you to go into an endeavor, then you'll find out really who are your friends and who's not your friends. So, and he always told me, if you find 2 friends in this lifetime, that's a beautiful thing. So it's amazing. That is probably the most amazing part of it all, because the help is coming from people who you just met. The help is coming from people who you really don't know like that. The help is coming from people who you did not pick up in a car every day and take the practice and pay their registration and drive them up and down the highway to go and become big time NFL superstars. You know what I'm saying? Or get off the street and make them big time superstar entertainers. There are some people you just don't call. They say, oh, and it's an election, you just got to get on the phone and call people up. There are some people you should not have to call. You should not have to call. They should automatically be like, yo, where I'm at? What do I need to do? Where I need to send it at? How much do you need? Because if it wasn't for you, there would not be any me. But again, you live and you learn, people. You live and you learn. Just take it from me. Take it from me. I probably had, let me see, LeBron James, William Joseph. Out of the young people that I've mentored, Warren Sapp, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, Stan the Man, Mike Gardner. I may be missing 1 or 2 people, but that's it. That's it. All those football players, all those entertainers, Scarface. And I'm going on there. A lot of them guys, the first thing they say is, Luke, anything I can do, I love what you're doing with the kids, and I love what you're doing with the community, man. Anything I can do, man, just make sure you hit me up and let me know, man, because I want to always be there for you. Nah, it's okay. The building is being built. So it's amazing. That is the most amazing part of this endeavor. Then there are some fake friends who were around for photo ops, and there are some fake friends who actually tried to get me out of the race. It seemed like my opponent, who has all the money, the white lady, I ain't calling her name no more. I think she had like a bounty on me, like, whoever is the first person to get Luther out of the race, I'm going to give you a lot of money. And so it was this mad rush of people coming from everywhere, Palm Beach, Broward, over here, Miami, and everywhere. Like, yo, you need to consolidate or get out of the race and go run for governor, run for something else and all this here. And that was the other amazing part of this. And so then the other amazing part of it is you have people that supported the campaign, like Dudes is like, you know, I had people embedded in my campaign actually trying to use me and my campaign as to try to position themselves in the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party is so interested, the Congressional Black Caucus is so interested in this race. And I'm pretty sure the Democratic Party is interested in the white version of it because they hate for me to win. A lot of people do not want me to win, but we're doing fucking great. We are doing excellent. I am so happy, man. The day we went over to a senior home, and man, it was a beautiful thing, man. Let me see if I got a tape of that, man. It was a beautiful thing. I met two ladies, right here in this picture right here. These two ladies are the lady on the right, the left, and the red. She's 110 years old. 110 years old. The lady with all the red on. And the lady who's next to her with the hat on, white hat on, she's 93. When I tell you black don't crack, black don't crack. And they have all of their tentacles and everything is still there. I mean, I'm like sitting, I had to sit with them. And I told everybody, look, no disrespect. I need to go over here and get some of this information. To be here 110 years, the lady in red, and 93 years. And I mean, they doing good, feeling good, looking good. They start questioning me about the Miami Heat. Like, you need to go back and straighten out the Miami Heat. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I got to straighten out Congressional District 20. I'm running for Congress. Maybe we can, when I become a congressman, maybe we can go up in there and do some things. But man, this is a beautiful group of ladies, man. It was like 45, 50 ladies. It was a sellout crowd in there. And we enjoyed ourselves, man, today. Shouts out to Lauderhill Senior Home. But hey, look, let me show you this video I did. My bad editing. Look at that. Here's another beautiful lady here. Look at that. That was my day. That was my morning. That was my morning. This morning, people, I'm telling you, I had such a great time. I had such a great, shouts out to Jackie over there at the Lauderhill, Lauderdale Lakes, Lauderdale Lakes Senior Home. Let me tell you, here's the crazy part about that. Let me tell you a little story about that, because there's always a backstory when it comes to me. I've been living in Broward for 15 years. I'm running for Congressional District 20. And listen, we call every senior home. We've seen our opponents go into other senior homes. And we call those same senior homes. Say, hey, look, we want to come by there and talk to the seniors. This was the only senior home that allowed us to come in. Every other one, no. Because again, mind you, I'm running against career politicians, and these career politicians have been politicians forever in the community. So a lot of these people that run these facilities are friends of theirs, or a lot of these people who run those facilities have already gotten paid by some of these career politicians to not allow other candidates to get in there. That is the dirty part of this business. Some things that you all are pretty much not aware of. It's like a big concerted effort to not allow another candidate to come in there, which is very, very sad, which those people need to be removed from their posts, because if you let one candidate in, you should let all the other ones in. If you're not letting anybody in at all, then don't let nobody in at all. But when you see my opponents at these facilities and we get on the phone and we get a hard no, you know, it is what it is. They're depriving their constituents of the opportunity to hearing two sides of the story, you know. But again, that's the nasty work of politics. And just like, you know, when we asked to go into the YMCA down on Sistrunk, where they have a whole bunch of events a whole bunch of political events, then it became an issue once we posted. It wasn't an issue until I posted. So what I did this time, I did not post that we was going to the senior citizen facility, because I know some of these career politicians would have called over there. How you gonna let Luke in there? How you gonna do that? Oh, you can't let Luke in there, and all those things like that. So what we did is we made sure we kept it on the low, that you know, we were going in there, and we had a good time. We had a great time. I'm pretty sure those people who run the facility right now is getting all kinds of phone calls. Why you let Luke in there? Why you let? Because technically I'm an outsider. I am an outsider. Make no bones about it. I am an outsider because I am not a career politician, and those are the hurdles that you have to get over, because these career politicians, they've been paid off so many people for so many years. But when you go and sit down and have a conversation with those ladies like I did today, man, I heard some stories from these seniors, man. They're living really, really tough. They're living really, really tough. And for anybody who's a politician, a career politician, for these people to be living in the situation that they're living in with no help from nobody, that is a very, very sad thing. You know, no help from nobody. You know, I mean, this stuff ranged from, one lady talked about a property that she owned because the taxes went up, that she lost her property and is on the verge of losing another property. Another young lady in there talked about how her floor is, and the landlord is allowing the floor because it's a condo that she owns, and the floor from the top, well, I guess the roof, is coming in, and the landlord's not doing anything. But yet still they keep calling her saying, do you want to sell? Do you want to sell? You know, they talked about all kind of different things, man. Medicare, Medicaid, insurance, high costs of insurance, and those things that are on my platform. I did my research, but to just listen to them and hear them talk about these high costs. They have to pay these costs. These are seniors. These are people who are not on the job every day making six figures or in the high two figures. No, they're waiting for their senior citizen check. And they got to make a decision whether they're going to pay the insurance or buy some grocery or pay for the prescription drug that's out the roof. I mean, these are the things that Congress, a good congressman, a woman, has to go in and stop. I'm running against two career congresswomen who did nothing to help these people, who did nothing. There's no reason in the world we should be talking about these seniors right now suffering, losing their jobs, losing their livelihood with these high costs. There's nobody to protect them. There's no reason. They did not protect them up until this point. So for the life of me, these people run around and talk about how experienced they are. And my thing is how experienced you are to steal, how experienced you are to do nothing for the community. Is that the experience people want? Is that the experience you want? Because I was always taught nothing for nothing leaves nothing. And these people, you know, I look at these newspaper articles in the Sun Sentinel and the Miami Herald and Jim DeFeedy and Glenna Milberg and all these people, and they get all scared to ask these motherfuckers the real question. The real question is, why are seniors this day age suffering? Why are they losing their property? Where are the subsidies to help them pay the high cost of insurance? Where are they? What have you did to protect seniors? Because yet still, everybody worry about how much money they got in their campaign. Where they get the money in their campaign, the way this shit works, they get the money in their campaign to do what? From special interest groups. That's why I don't take no money. They get it from special interest groups. Special interest group. What is that, Luther? Special interest group is a person who wants to gentrify the neighborhood, a developer. Special interest group is APAC. Special interest group is the NRA. Special interest group is the insurance companies. Because the insurance companies want the insurance to continue going up. The special interest groups are, like I said, the developer. We are in the situation that we're in here in America because the politicians have failed you. All of them need to go, in my opinion. All of them. All of them. And all these career politicians who are running for office right now, they need to go sit the fuck down. But it's your job. If you get caught by the okie doke, because they figure if they keep advertising, if they keep selling you, oh, I'm experienced, oh, I did this, oh, I can go do this, and you ain't did a motherfucking thing in all these years, what is it? What do they call it? Insanity, what they say? The signs of insanity if you continue doing the same thing over and over again. So I ask you voters, why you continue doing the same thing over and over again? And that's here in my congressional district. That's why I'm running. I'm making a sacrifice. I'm going to lose money in this deal. And I don't normally go into deals that I'm losing, but who I am as a person, who I've always been, is a person to give back, to make the sacrifice for community. Community first. Yeah, I did most of my work in Liberty City. Yeah, I live in Miramar, did work here. Yeah. I did work where I'm at. But now, Congressional District 20, you got me. You got me. You want me. I'm the guy who, when I find it and I go up in there and deal with it, I leave it better than I found it. I leave it better than I found it. I'm not going to, listen, this would be the only race Luther Campbell runs for. Let me just put this on the record right now. That is it. I will not be running another race. I ain't no, again, seriously, I'm not a career politician. You want me to go work for you, goddammit, you better vote. And all my friends, this is the moment where I'm going to erase you out of my Rolodex, but that's not going to change my perspective on life. I will always continue helping people, but I will help people through my youth programs and all of my other programs, but I want to help these people in Broward County. I swear to God, we will change the world. We will change the world because these people around the country, these sorry-ass Democrats, they will see what we're doing in Congressional District 20. They will be so jealous. And you, if you're not from Congressional District 20, you will be able to do what? I want all the things that Luke got going on in his district. What are y'all doing? Can we get somebody in here to do the work that we need to get done to bring the resources back to the community? Because that's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. It's about just going to do the work. But most of these people, African Americans who we hire, they're looking for a job. I'm just keeping it up. Most of our politicians are looking for a job. They're looking for a job. I'm just keeping it up. If they're not a politician, then they got to go work at UPS. A lot of them are lawyers. You see the white politician, when he's a lawyer and he's elected in office, he normally works at the largest law firm in town. Not the black ones. they have their own law practice. And their law practice is not as successful, which for whatever reason, because they're more focused on the politics of it all. But they don't work for the big law firm. The big law firm is not giving them a paycheck. Maybe they should have negotiated that when they are taking these developers' money to gentrify neighborhoods. But obviously they didn't do that. They didn't get that memo, that part of the memo. But that's what you have. They're looking for jobs. Me, on the other hand, I'm not looking for a job. I got a job. I got 1, 2, 3. I'm a Jamaican. I got like 4 jobs. I got companies. I had to like really do some things to be able to make this sacrifice. And every day I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Luke? You know how, bro, you can go do 2 weekends of shows and make this kind of money. What you get ready to lose money. You're getting ready to give you $170,000 a year. And if you make anything over that, they're going to scrutinize you. I'm like, what are you doing? But that's just me. I always make sacrifice for the community. People always laugh at me and say, why are you coaching high school football? You can be out on the yacht with everybody else. You can be out in the rich Rivieras or wherever the hell it is and drinking, eating caviar and doing all the beautiful things with all the other big time celebrities. You can be in LA and, I do all that. I do my work in LA and New York. But I choose to do different with my life. I choose to save lives. I choose to be the person to give hope. So again, so I'm a little crazy asses running in this election right here. This is the big one. This is the big one. This is the big one. And I'm gonna tell you like this, I ain't gonna do it, but Bob, if I get past 6 years, that'll be it. I don't think congressmen should be able to go over 6 years. It should be on the level of presidents. Maybe let's say on the level of president, you should only have 2 terms. I'm a firm believer in term limits. I'm a firm believer that you should not unalive in that seat, because some people get senile and they don't think the way they need to be thinking, and they get a sharpshooter like Donald Trump in there, and we got all these people sleep at. Oh, okay, wake up, Martha, wake up, get up. Time to vote, and then they ain't even there to vote. They at home trying to go to sleep and shit. Hey man, so I'm a firm believer of term limits. Or if you don't want to do term limits, you need to have a limit on your age, because at some point you need to go sit the hell down. But again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the show, the Uncle Luke Show podcast. I'm here today. This is live. We are live right now. Right, I'm off. Don't unalive the messenger. Yes, I normally do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I'm running a campaign, so it throws my days off. But I do need to be better. I'll probably tape, but I love doing live. I love being on here live, and so that is part of my major problem. That I want to be live so I can see the comments of people when they're making the comments on here, so I can be like, oh, okay. Like Hill over here. Hill is like, I love you. I love you too. Appreciate it. Yeah. 50 Cent supporting Trump. I mean, listen, man. Listen. 50 Cent, here's the politically correct way to say this. 50 Cent has the right to support who he wants to support, him and all the rest of the guys and everything like that. And that's his choice. I have nothing to say. This is the democratic society, and we have the right to be Republicans, independents, or Democrats, or whatever it may be. And so I leave it like that. That's the politically correct message you all want me to say. That message does not get me in any issue with anybody, but real talk. Real talk. He does have the right to support who he wants to support. Obviously, Trump is slinging money around through different entities, and they're paying these guys to perform. Now, I'm a firm believer. Look, I can only speak for myself because I'm different. I'm different. When they invited artists, when you at the peak and you're at the height of your career, they want you to be in a secret society. They want you to go in there and cut one of your testicles off and pledge allegiance to whatever flag that they have in those back rooms. I never did that. That's what makes me different. I never did that. That's why maybe you probably have never seen me in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You've never seen me do major tours around the country when I sold more records than most of these artists. You never seen them glorify me. I don't think Connie Johnson, shouts out to Connie Johnson for BET. When she became the president of BET, she honored me and gave me a Lifetime Achievement Award because she felt like I deserved it. Stephen Hill, no disrespect to him, when he ran the network, under no circumstances was he ever going to do that because I wasn't a part of the secret society. Same thing with BET, MTV, and all the other networks and Vibe magazine and all those different places where they do the honoring and where they put you in your rightful place. You know, I've never been put in my rightful place because I'm just not gonna go in those rooms. I'm not gonna play them little games that they play. I'm not gonna sell my soul. I'm not gonna sell who I am as an individual and who I am as a man. I will not go in them rooms. And so you probably saw, oh, Luke, yeah, all these plaques and things back in. Some of these guys don't have half this shit here, and half of this stuff is diamond that I just got this up here. You see that? I won't sell my soul. I'm sorry. I won't sell my soul. So when it's time to call up people, nah, they ain't calling me. I ain't Al Sharpton. That ain't happening. You're not calling me to sell my people out. You are not calling me to have me go up in these rooms and say, oh yeah, they'll give you a lot of money now. They'll give you $5 million a month to stay in the place, to tell other people to stay in their place. Oh yeah, they'll give you a lot of money. So I've turned down millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. I prefer getting mine slow and living my life slow and living my life with dignity and respect. And that's who I am. I prefer not being on the yachts, playing them little games, that they play in those back rooms. I prefer giving my time to the community. And that's why I was able to build so much, whether through my youth program, parks in the district, and fight for free speech and fight for senior citizen buildings and things like that, and new stadiums. I built 2 stadiums. I mean, fight to get Adidas to do a major contract in Dade County school system, which I need to do a major contract, similar contract in Broward County school system and Palm Beach County school systems, because I mean, that's who I am. I choose to do that other than be in the back room with some of these people that's going, oh yeah, you do this little freaky thing, then we'll put you on tour. We'll put you on the halftime. We'll put you on the Grammys. We'll give you a Grammy. We'll put you in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We'll give you a star on Hollywood Walk of Fame. You get the star. You get the Grammy. You get the award. Then that automatically puts you on tour. Then we put you on a halftime show, and then we'll send you on tour. And you can go do all these buildings and do these major arenas and make all this money right here. And all of a sudden, all you got to do is give us our little piece and give us their little piece and play these little funny boy games in the back room. No. We'll give you these production deals and all these things. You talking about me too? When it comes to women? They never, no, not Luke. That's why you don't see me in them scandals. That's why you don't see me in them scandals. That's why you don't see me in the party. No, Luke wasn't at the party. I never even went to Hugh Hefner mansion. So it'd be weird that y'all had that going on at the Hugh Hefner mansion and they had that going on at this place here. But when you're in those rooms and you try to do what they do, and when you get beside yourself, then they put you in check. Capiche? Y'all here? Y'all here? You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, you got documentaries and movies and all these different things. Look at your big superstars. Michael Jackson just didn't OD. You really think Michael Jackson? You think Prince OD? Really? You think that really happened? These are two individuals. They are no different than H. Rap Brown. They're no different than Malcolm X. They're no different than Huey Newton. They're no different than Martin Luther King. What's the look at Kanye West? He's going to do one concert. He got beside himself. What's the difference between them? What brings all of them together? When they fight against the establishment, they unalive them. I'm just saying. Prince did what? You want to know why he called himself the artist? Prince called himself the artist because Prince got wise and understood that he was being taken advantage of. He was getting ripped off. So on the contract, it says the artist, and then you put your name, Prince, Nelson George, or whatever you want to call, whatever your name is. But you are referred to in a contract as the artist. And so that's why Prince said, everybody's referred to as the artist, so I'm going to call myself the artist. And so he called himself the artist, which made him change his name. And he went overseas and did albums as the artist. The artist. So he got wise and understood that they were taking advantage of him. Look at Michael Jackson. I did the last show. I had a clip where they said, Michael Jackson, if you tell us about the industry, and Michael Jackson said, they have snakes. So you look at the Michael Jackson movie, everybody just looked at the movie. It's $99 billion or whatever it is that went to see the movie. And the most unique part of that movie, which resonated with me, was when he was in the room and those executives and their names is on there and they're sitting there and he had the glasses on and whatever they wanted. Yes, Michael. But all the time they were ripping him off, in my opinion. According to Michael, they're snakes. They'll take advantage of you. You know why? When Michael got missing? Michael got missing when what? When he started buying everybody's catalog. Michael started bought the Beatles catalog. Michael owned more catalogs than law allowed, but yet and still, he was broke. How the hell he was broke? Allegedly saying he was broke. This man owned everybody. All he did was acquire property. All he did was acquire catalog. And what is happening right now today? You see all these artists' catalogs is being purchased. But what happened back then? Back then, you didn't own your catalog. They own your catalog. Debbie Uncle. They owned your catalog. Go back there and look at the music. Who wrote James Brown record? Therefore, who's getting the publishing? Somebody named Swartz or something like that. All those old tunes, not owned by the writers. So those guys, like Bill Cosby, when he started getting in trouble, when he talked about acquiring NBC. Martin, when he said, oh, fuck this is not happening. We got to fight back because Malcolm is saying we got to fight. We got to stop turning up the cheek. Now we got to fight. And Martin, one guy unalive on the balcony, but you left us Jesse and the other ones. I'm just saying. Let me stop that. Let me stop this telling y'all history because they have told you, they have said, oh, history, Black history makes people feel, Black history makes people feel uncomfortable. So I'm talking Black history, something that they erased out of schools that they don't want you to know about, because these kind of conversations make people uncomfortable. No question about it. Prince told the truth. So again, and it's no difference in politics. It is no different in what I'm in right here, right now. I have a lot of people call, yeah, Luke, but I'm like, where the money? Oh, we're calling you from the Black congressional, we're friends of the congressional this and that and that. Where the money? Where's the money? I need money to run. I'm saying. They said, I literally got rid of anybody that's affiliated with the Democratic Party out of my campaign. Out. Bye. I don't want no career. Not bye. One guy. My strategic guy. Me, him, volunteers, some close friends of mine. That's what we're doing. Running this motherfucker. It ain't rocket scientists. It's not. Where's the votes? Where are the people? Put me out there, point me to them, and let me talk to them. That's why when you look at the pictures from the day, everybody is smiling. The people, they say, I cannot get the vote for me. Everybody, I got 1,000 pictures right here. Everybody smiling. Hey, Doug, how you doing? How you doing? How old are you? 83 of this. I remember you. I know you fought this. I watch you all the time. I saw you on my favorite show, Phil Donahue. I saw you over here. You ain't nothing but a fighter. You gonna tell their ass like it is. You gonna tell them like it is. It's the same thing. When you wake up, everybody around here, they know who they make. They manufacture your superstars. They have to go kiss the ring, bend the knee. Luke ain't kissed no ring, bend no knee. And that's why, again, we're going door to door right now. I'm on here right now. Normally I would be going door to door, talking to people all the way up to 8 o'clock, and we cut off. We get on the phone, call people up. Hey, how you doing? It's Luther Campbell. I'm calling up. I want you to We do an old school way of doing it. And so again, people, that's where we at right now today. You guys have to be smart. You have to be smart about your entertainers. Whoever they shove down your throat, that means they're a part of the system. If it's good entertainment, good. Love it. Like it. There's a lot of stuff I like. But if they don't kiss the ring, they don't bend the knee, you're not going to get them. Like I saw one lady, I'm like, oh, where the fuck did she come from? I'm like, are they manufacturing these cells? Because I don't know where she came from. Just like the little skinny lady. It seems like every one of your actors and actors are from England. It's like they just say, fuck all these actors, these Black African-American actors. We ain't dealing with you all no more. We're just going to get our actors and actresses from England because you guys have been complaining too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to do just like baseball. We're going to erase all Black people like y'all did in baseball. And we're going to go get us some people from Dominican Republic. They look like y'all, even though they play great baseball. But again, the best athletes in the world is African-Americans. So we're going to erase y'all ass. We're going to erase y'all Black ass. Because y'all doing too much complaining, talking about Hollywood ain't doing this, Hollywood ain't doing that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to tell your story for you for people who don't give a rat's ass about your culture, which is the English actors. Now everybody gonna be mad at me. Luke, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? Them people don't care nothing about your culture. They're from England. I trust me, I love the guy from Snowfall. I love Beavers. He does great action movies, but he's not fucking American. He could do movies, but where's the balance? They've erased us out of Hollywood. They're erasing us out of Hollywood. And then if you don't marry a white dude like the little skinny girl on Avatar, who I do not like, who just, oh no, I'm not Black American. Oh hell no, oh no. Luke, are you running as a Republican? No, 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 no. I'm a Democrat. I gotta fix the Democratic Party. I am the lady off of not the Game of Thrones. I'm not what is Hunger Game. I'm the girl off Hunger Game. I'm going to fight the opposition. I'm going to fight virgins. I'm the Hunger Game girl in this race here. They call me purple already. Luke, he's purple. He's purple. Because he'll work with them people over there on the other side of the aisle. Yes, I will. Whatever it takes to bring the money back to my district, because you damn Democrats ain't doing duty squat. The Democrats ain't doing duty squat for the people, for African-American people. We are in the same situation. We talk about the same thing about the last 30 years. SNAP benefits, this benefit. We almost seem like we trying to housing and all this. Man, where's the money? I made more millionaires than the goddamn government did. That's why I look at this race. I'm looking at her, him, what? Now, did y'all make? I'm running against the lady who got all the money in her campaign. She ain't never have a job. She ain't never held a job in her life. She left the University of Florida and went directly into politics, never had a job. How the fuck can you talk about a job? How can this lady even have a conversation about small businesses? But yet still, they got got all the experience in the world. What experience? Then so Luke, the other lady, she got a small business. Yeah, that business got her in trouble. And then you got the career politician, the guy who gentrified. In my opinion, he was the architect of the gentrification program for Broward County, Black Broward County, and he's still running, trying to get him a job. Oh my God. Don't even have me start on him. I'm just trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice, because if I go bad on these people, it will be very bad. But I want you all to do your own research. It is disgusting, the people that are running in this race. The little young guy, I like him. When I win, I'm gonna offer him a job. I like the young guy. I like the young guy. But this is not the time. This ain't no time to be playing no young guy games. This shit is rough. You got to go up there. We fighting the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is gerrymandering and taking everything away from black people. Meanwhile, your black congressional members are sitting on their ass and just taking it like men and women, because they are so full of money, special interest money, that they got to zip their lips. They can't say shit. They can't even say, hey, white lady, why are you running over there trying to gerrymander and take a black seat? They can't even say that. They can't say that, because the white lady, the people who give money to her will take their money away from them. So they got to shut the fuck up. That's the politics. That's the game that we playing. It's the game that we playing. Life, this is bad. That's what I'm saying. In this moment right now, you got to smack up in there and fight these people. They get ready to take and deport Haitians, Cubans. The Cubans, they put that shit on the Haitian. The Venezuelans over there in Durrell sitting there like, oh yeah, oh Donald Trump. And they got Carlos Jimenez and this other Republican Trump lady representing them over there. And they just deported 100 Venezuelans. They deported 100 Venezuelans. And them people went into a hotel. You don't even hear this shit on the news. Look it up for yourself. They deported, like this week, before the earthquake, they deported put on a plane 100 Venezuelans, put them in a hotel, because that's what happens when you get deported. You go off the land, they land you in the town, then they give somebody money to then be able to put you in a hotel. They put them people in a hotel, and the hotel fucking crashed. Them people dead. Them people dead. I'm sorry, unalive. Those people are unalive. They sent them people, these people from South Florida. Meanwhile, I will vote Donald Trump. They represented by Carlos Jimenez and this other Spanish, I don't even know what the hell their name. Ain't trying to figure it out. So they hide behind, oh yeah, Haitians. You cannot possibly get rid of the Haitians in the United States of America. This ding dong of what the little white lady, now I ain't even calling her name because I don't want y'all to go there and research and find her talking stupid. Get rid of the Haitians, go back to your country. Okay, well, you know who had Prime 112 in the back cooking the food? Haitians. You know who had Joe Stone Crab in the back cooking? Haitians. You know who had Mar-a-Lago wiping the floors and cooking the food at Mar-a-Lago? Haitians. You know who are responsible for all of your agriculture and Belgrade and Pahokee? Haitians. You go over there and round them up. Go over there and round up the Haitians and Belgrade and Pahokee and see what you got. Your damn produce prices will go out the roof. Guaranteed. And y'all be sitting over there like, yeah, get the Haitians out of here. Fuck that. Megan, whatever the hell her name. I'm with you. Get them out of here. All these things. This South Florida is the service industry. And the last time I checked, Haitians control all of the businesses. They are in all of the cleaning of the hotel, the cooking the food, all that shit. I was at the airport 2 weeks ago. I flew out of the airport. I don't think I saw one American. It was all Haitians. Haitians, you're right. All over Louisiana. So you go and you get rid of the Haitians. Do that. But they did say that. They did say this. They said, remember when Kamala Harris was running and Donald Trump won and the white students were sending letters to the black students saying, yeah, y'all ass gonna be back in that field picking cotton. Yeah, y'all gonna be back in the field picking cotton according to the 2020 plan, the 2025 plan, whatever the hell the name of it. That's what they said. That's what they're doing. So you got Elon Musk and AI, right? You got DEI. Let's walk with me. Follow me right here. Follow me. So DEI is designed to put an asterisk on your education. So you can finish, your child or you can finish at the top of your class. And now it's time for you to go get the big job, 6 figures, at the law firm or wherever it may be, or at the big plant. You're supposed to get, okay, that you just finished top of your class, you went and did that thing, and you're the best one of all, brightest mind. But you're black. And if you get that job, then they will look at you as a DEI hire because you will be amongst so many white people at that job. The government came in and said, if you do DEI hiring, if you are getting governmental assistance and governmental funds, and if we got any inkling of you doing any DEI hire, which DEI means don't hire no black people, don't hire no educated black people, give that job to a white person who is not as qualified as that black person. That's what the fuck DEI is. Let's keep it a buck. That is what it is. So they painted that narrative of DEI and it only applies to us, black people, because if it applied to everybody else, how many of the little white boys on the basketball team will be playing? Oh, DEI in the universities, if you're practicing DEI in the universities, will take your money. How many little white guys on the football team? How many of these little white guys who are coaching football teams are horrible? How many is Fernando Mendoza numbers the same as Shador Sanders in a predominantly African-American league on a workplace? Or the guy who was drafted, the two that was drafted this year in the first round? No. Shouldn't those teams get fined and sanctioned by the Department of Labor? No, because it don't apply to white people. DI only applies to black people. They spreaded that narrative. Wow, your Congressional Black Caucus members sat on their ass, but there was nobody that could stand up to the podium and like, oh, hell no. There was no strategy. There was no game plan. They looked at the 2025 plan. I don't know what a disconnect from Kamala Harris to the rest of the African Americans in the caucus, but that was the game plan all the time, to paint the picture as no matter how much you send your kid to school and how qualified they are, they will not get that job. So then now, let's put that over there. So they keep saying, oh, all these jobs are black jobs that the Haitians have. All these are African Americans. So plowing the field is the black job that you're talking about? Oh, so you want us to go back to be the nanny? So you want us to go back cleaning rooms? So you want us to go back picking cotton? Even if you're highly educated, yeah, because we just painted this picture of what they call DEI. So you're sending your kids to school right now, and your kids are finishing at the top of their class. They're getting ready to come out to what? And they're going to go and do the application and all that, and they're not going to get recruited by these companies. They're not going to get recruited unless they're hardcore Democratic companies. They've told them, hire someone less qualified, because they painted the picture of DEI. That's why when we see Jay-Z going to Target, it's like, I need to have a conversation with you, Jay. But it's not only Target that said we're disenfranchising everybody because of DEI. It's not just Target. It's all of them. Y'all running down there to Publix. There's a bunch of them. They're all around us. Because we don't stand as a people. We don't stand together as a people. We're too busy watching the Desperate Housewives of Atlanta. We're too busy worrying about what scientists got on. We're too busy worrying about all kind of other things. Well, we need to be worried about what's going on politically in this country and who's doing the work and who's not doing the work. We need to be able to take our time to see what the fuck is really going on, because they are trying to hijack. They're trying to put your black ass back in the field. I'm here to tell you. They're trying to put you, this is what this thing is about. So when they get rid of all the Haitians and they get rid of all the Cubans, they get rid of all the Venezuelans because they say those are your jobs, black people. We can't get rid of y'all because we're too deep in the military. We're too deep in law enforcement. They can't get rid of y'all. But they're saying that those are your jobs. We need you back being the nanny. We need you back being the house nigga. We need you back cutting the grass. We need you back picking the watermelons. We need you back in the fields. We'll take a little L for right now, but I'm just saying. Now, if you ain't playing football or basketball or entertaining us, because we need your black ass to run up and down the basketball court, or if you ain't in Hollywood and you have went into the back room and you kissed the ring and bend the knee, I'm just. Don't unalive the messenger. I'm just saying. That's why I'm fighting a hardcore fight. Y'all need to take your ass over there right now today. I'm not taking their money. They call me up all the time. Luke, we want to, hey, can we have a conversation with you? We love your campaign. We love the numbers that are coming in. And we love the fact that you are really up there in numbers. And we would like to have a conversation with you about what? I'm like, about what? What we talking about with us? Them people called me up from these people, these outsiders who come in. They had people distracting people of my campaign, like no work done. They just was trying to distract and deter. They wanted to have arguments all day and talk all day, but doing nothing. I'm like, oh hell no! Get the fuck out of my campaign. I kicked so many people out. I don't even pick up the phone. Oh yeah, I want to help you out, man. I got some information, man. This is what you need to be doing. This one, no. All I need to do is knock on some doors, make some phone calls, call some people. You got some money? And they sitting there waiting. One dude said, yo, you know what? You know, there's a reporting period right now. And if you show a lot of money in your campaign report, then you'll get more donations. Everything about donations was horrible. I had two fucking supposed to be guru fundraisers, and they raised this amount of money. Get the fuck out of here. Who y'all working for? Caucus. This is funny. But I'm telling you that we out there killing it. I can't say that. Unaliving it. I'm telling you, you see the smiles on the people's face. Hey, Lou, we've been waiting for you. We're not going to go. We get on the phone, call the people up. Yeah, look here, man. We already know what you all about. You ain't playing. Speaking of you ain't playing, look what just happened today in the Supreme Court.
Consequential moment for our constitutional structure, a landmark ruling from the Supreme Court striking down one of the most controversial moves the president has made in this second term. It was a move that no other president had tried to do before, essentially rolling back a right guaranteed under the 14th Amendment to the Constitution, a right to have citizenship guaranteed automatically, no matter the status of your parents, no matter if they are undocumented, no matter if they are here temporarily, if you are born on U.S. soil, the 14th Amendment says that you get citizenship automatically, full stop. Now, the court, of course, has been looking at this for quite some time. In fact, they took this up last term, but they didn't wade into the merits. This time, they went all the way, and they had to get into the actual heart of the issue.
The heart of the issue. The heart of the issue. Yes, you did see a side against the law. I want to see if they apply the law. I want to see if they fine her. I want to see if they throw out the race, because that is, yes, her saying reelect. She's not the incumbent. She is not the incumbent. The incumbent reside, which is Sheila. She is an incumbent in her district, which she opted not to run. Those are the little games that these people play. She wanted to be the incumbent, but she's not. We're gonna whoop her together. We're gonna whoop her ass and send her ass back to wherever, because she never had a job before, never ran a business or anything like that. Take all that money she won from got from inside, in my opinion, inside of trading. Get that money, do what you need to do with the rest of your life, run for a dog catcher or something. But back to Miss Kristen Walker. We don't own that footage. That's property of NBC, but I had to play that because that was a part of the same movement. We're going to take away voting rights. We did that last month. Take away African American voting rights. Went in, and today they also, today the Supreme Court did rule again, which is great, that your ballot, if your ballot is marked, stamped before the election, no matter when it get to the election department, they can still count it, which is a great thing. Trump was fighting against that. Now, going back to birthright. Birthright, that was very important, because now the Supreme Court allowed them to get rid of people on temporary status. You know, there's a big argument. They get rid of people on temporary status. And again, it goes back to these career politicians, in my opinion, these career freaking politicians. Why didn't you ever help these people create a pathway to getting a green card or to getting citizenship, because they don't care. They only care right now. That's why it makes me want to throw up when I see the lady who was running in the race with me. She's up in Washington, standing up there with two other people in the press conference with one little microphone talking about, this is wrong, this is wrong. People are not stupid. You gotta be ahead of the game. You gotta know what's coming. You knew what's coming way before, when the man put the 2020 plan out. He was, okay, we're gonna get rid of people on a temporary status. So then now it should be a mad rush to get people green cards. Hey, look, let me educate the public. Hey, them same damn mailers that you're sending to elect me. Do the work. People don't do the work. So now here we are sitting there with a whole bunch of people getting ready to get evicted from the United States of America. It's going to cripple our produce industry. It's going to cripple the hotel industry. We're going to be the ones suffering. Us here. It was all a plan. It was all a plan. And so it was coming right after, okay, you gave us the right to get rid of all these people from the United States of America, which is horrible, because the law is very clear. If the country that you have to go back to is under arrest and it has issues, people are dying and people getting murdered and all these things like that, no, you're sending people back to that. So here we go. It was all a setup. Okay, we get this passed. And then right after that, Supreme Court will hear about birthright. So they was literally getting ready, if your ass was born here in the United States, they were literally trying to get you removed because your parents are from another country. And I'm sitting up there, so what's going to happen with old Donald? His parents ain't from here. His parents ain't from here. What's getting ready to happen with Elon? We know his parents ain't from here. What's getting ready to happen to Melania? Her parents ain't from here. What's going to happen to the whole goddamn cabinet? But they were pushing that issue because it's not a Donald Trump thing. Donald Trump was going to be exempt. And anybody that falls up under that, you see, these things only apply to us. It's about erasing us. The robots are coming. So they need to try and replace us. How do we get them out? Oh, okay, all right. If they're from Jamaica and they were born by a Jamaican, if they were born here, okay, we got to get their ass about it. Thank God the Supreme Court got some gruesome testicles and say, no, no, no. Because you're getting ready to cause a real civil war in this country. It would have been real interesting and got real saucy. You know, this what this man who Trump brains, that guy, I mean, he's real creative, but they're pushing the envelope, but they're telling you the climate that we're living in, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. Under no circumstance. It is just the beginning. It is just the beginning. So that's why you see me, oh, look, why you running for Congress? You running, this is a fucked up climate. You need me on Capitol Hill. Because these people that we got there are not smart. They're smart in stealing money, but they're literally not smart. The person that is smart is Sophie. Sophie! 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 Hey, man, they had Sophie on the TikTok, man. Sophie was on there with. They had Sophie with all the brothers. Mega thought they had Sophie. They thought that, like, Sophie is one of ours. And then Sophie laying up there with all the brothers and shit. You know, so Sophie is that girl who you already know. Sophie about that life. Oh my God. That girl, that Sophie is funny. That she's a character to me. Sophie is a character. Sophie. Oh God! And that girl was up front with teammate. Sophie right there with all the brothers. Sophie getting hit by all the brothers. Speaking of getting hit by all the brothers, hey man, we got to get LeBron James down there. I really think we need LeBron James to add into this whole Giannis mix. I really think we need to get LeBron James here. It's very important that we get LeBron James. I think I need to make a phone call. I am doing some business with LeBron Company. I need to call up them boys over there and say, hey man, we need to get the King back. I think it's very important that LeBron come back. Here's the reason. Here's my reason why. And I'm hold before I give y'all my reason why I'm gonna let you talk.
I would definitely go after him. I would definitely try to pitch him just like, hey, you went back to Cleveland, got your ring there, come back here, get us a ring. It would have a lot of value, even though Giannis would be the best player on the team. LeBron going back there and kind of being the quarterback, which is what they need.
Hell, leadership, just save a roster spot for UD.
So let me say this. I don't want to hear that guy talk. I don't want to hear no negative. I think it would be great for LeBron to come back because the way he left. I think Pat Riley, for his legacy purposes and to get this thing off the organization, I think Pat Riley need to make amends with LeBron James. Tell LeBron, you can have your milk and cookies. I'm not fucking with that. Come on back. Let's run this thing back. This would be great for both Pat Riley and LeBron and the organization. We have a prestigious organization, which is top of the class, all class, Mickey Harrison, everybody part of that organization is all class. This stain we don't need on us. We don't need to be continuing talking about why LeBron left here because of some damn milk and cookies on an airplane and they had a problem. And Pat was trying to flex and LeBron was like, okay, it's a flex and where we at right now. LeBron needs to just come on back and let's just run this thing back and let's do what we're going to do. A lot of people say, oh no, he's going to go to Golden State. He don't need to go to Golden State with the complex at home. He don't need to go there. Steph them is out of gas. Jimmy Butler is not going to play. He don't want to play basketball, in my opinion. He don't want to play. Draymond Green is going to be fighting with LeBron. They're going to be, it's just too much male testicles, testosterone in there. Steph Curry is going to be sitting there looking like this here, man. Y'all tripping, bro. And he's just going to be jacking it up from the back line, getting ready to go into the Hall of Fame. LeBron need to come on down back to Miami. You got Giannis, it's going to be doubled, and you have my boy Bam going to be doubled. You can't double them two. LeBron just run down the court in the Eastern Conference where he ain't got to be running all up and down the court like a bat out of hell. He can just run down there. He got one-on-one. He could jack it. He might don't even be guarded sometime. He's not going to be guarded half the time. Do I miss Tupac? Yes, I do. I love Tupac. I love Tupac. Another one, like Prince, Michael Jackson. Still nobody been found. I'm just saying. Angel Reese is my girl. I love Angel Reese to death. But LeBron can go down here and do what? He can go back there and just jack. Shoot it. It's only 5 people on the court. And 4 people are guarding Bam and Giannis. Everybody getting off. We scoring 150 a game. I don't know why they re-sign Wiggins. I'm still wait. On and off again. One of the old ladies one of the Golden Girls in the senior home today. That lady, I was giving out hats and all that. We had a little raffle, so I had some brand new Heat hats I got from Bam and all that. And the lady said, "No, I need you to go back there and fix the Heat." I'm like, "Huh? Yeah, 1987, you was over there. You need to go fix the Heat, fix the Heat." I'm like, "Oh Lord!" I'm like, "No, Mom, I got to fix this right here." She was telling me that the whole time, but it was funny. It was. I just had to share that with y'all. But LeBron, if you're listening and looking, come back. We need you to come back. I need y'all to kill that. whole little thing with LeBron and Pat Riley. Pat Riley, you need to man up and you need to bring LeBron back. Put your ego to the side, get on the phone, call Bron, bring him down here and say, look here, man, let's run this thing back. Let's clear this whole issue up in the air. And Pat would only have one other person that he needs to clear up whatever issues that he may have, and that would be Dwayne Wade. You know, you talking about two iconic figures who won big championships here in Miami under his watch, and to have a little beef with Shaq, LeBron, D-Wade, who took a pay cut. Pat has to erase those things because that is going to be on his legacy at the end of the day. Speaking of legacy,
it might be time for black boys to seriously consider soccer over American football. And not because football isn't meaningful, not because it isn't cultural, but because when you look at the long game, soccer offers advantages that we don't talk about enough. Let's start with the body. Football is one of the most physically demanding sports on earth. Repeated collisions, high concussion risk, joint damage, short career windows. The average NFL career lasts only a few years at best. And many players leave the game with long-term health issues that show up decades later. Soccer is demanding too, but it's a little different. It emphasizes endurance, agility, coordination, skill over repeated full-speed collisions. Careers last a lot longer. Players often compete at a higher level well into their 30s, and the long-term wear on the body is significantly lower.
And that I agree with that. We all know soccer is not as brutal as football. We know that. We know baseball is not as brutal as football. We know football, shouts out to the young man we just saw, Chris Johnson, dealing with ALS. Man, that was a deep story. Deep story. Football is a brutal sport. These guys are running 250 pounds. Now they're starting to run 25 miles an hour. They're running 4.3 and 4.4. Big guys like that don't supposed to happen. And just imagine one of them big guys is running that fast, running down on the kickoff and hit one of them little guys. It's going to be like a Mack truck hit a Volkswagen. I'm just saying. Football is a brutal sport, but the reason why I played that is because of the World Cup. Everybody's in tune to the World Cup in this dead period of time between baseball and football. And we know a large part of America don't look at baseball because all the sports that you have a black person, a black American playing, and a white American playing, we will tune in. Baseball, you only have white Americans and everybody else is foreigners in there. So you do have people who look black, but they aren't necessarily black. And the big stars are the Mookie Bettses, and that's it. And maybe one or two other guys, and then everybody else, black community can't relate to. I'm sorry. The Dominicans play very high level baseball. Hell yeah. Yes, they're top of yes, but it's not the same. They're not Black Americans heroes. They are heroes to the Dominican Republic community. If half of those foreign guys were playing for the Marlins were black, and the white guys, that Marlins stadium would be filled up. That is what baseball did to itself by eliminating and erasing African Americans out of it. So then now when you go to football and soccer, people are seeing this soccer game. Women are getting into it. You already had soccer moms. It's just only a matter of time. And you look at America and why America is playing so good. For many, many years, America didn't have black people on this team. America had all white guys and they would get their ass whooped. And it was the diversity in the America's soccer women that always won and made them dominant because the men never had blacks on the team. Until now. They got blacks on the team and they damn near about to run through everybody. And it ain't like African Americans don't want to play it. It ain't like we don't want to play it. It's if it is offered to us and if there's opportunity for us to play it, yes, we will be great because we're the greatest athletes on planet Earth. African Americans are the greatest athletes on planet Earth. I don't care what the fuck you put us in. We are him and we are her. And nobody can compare to us at the end of the day. Only thing you could do is disenfranchise us out of it. If you put us in soccer, we will dominate. If you put us back in baseball, we will dominate. Football, we dominate. Any sport, track and field, we dominate. Anything you put us in, we dominate. Anything you can do is disenfranchise us. And that is what MLB has done. That is what the NBA is trying to do. NBA trying to do that right now. That's why I love the fact that them brothers beat Frenchie ass. I was rooting for the Knicks. And when you're a Miami Heat, you don't supposed to be rooting for the Knicks. I was rooting for the Knicks, not only for my man Worldwide West, but I was rooting for the Knicks because that was Black America versus foreigners. And them foreigners, they going over there every year trying to get these Frenchie boys again, like they did the acting to replace Black Americans. I'm just keeping it up. Y'all don't see this shit in the movies, in sports. They ain't gonna play that football. That shit too violent. Baseball, you erase Black Americans. You erase Black Americans in golf. Black Americans were the caddies. Go look at the old footage. They kicked us out of being the caddies in golf. I'm just saying. You erase us out of baseball. You erase us out of basketball. Trying to erase us out of basketball. That's why I was loving it. Shit, that was Black people versus the foreigners. And you know San Antonio been trying to run that foreign game. They always brought them Frenchies over there. It seemed like they set them up in the draft so that they can get them. You remember they had the little Frenchie point guard and all them, Ginobili and all them. They're international team. All that SGA and all that. That boy ain't from here. That boy from Canada. I'm just saying. Everything is about erasing the Black man. Hell, y'all tried to make Drake our hero, Tony Parker. Y'all trying to make Drake the greatest rapper. Thank God, Rick Ross. They not like us. Hey, y'all trying to get everything in the movies. Will Smith, dumbass, goes up there and slap the man. Will Smith, you at the top of your business. I ain't seen a damn Will Smith movie since. They got this dude from England doing all your roles right now. Y'all gotta watch the movie going on around here. Everybody sitting up there like, oh, Luke on one today. Yes, I am. You need this book in your life. I'm just saying. It is the art of war.
Because at this point, we got to start using our voices for real. Now,
hold on. You start
mad, but I really don't give a damn, and I'm tired. We voting. That's number one. Because at this point, we got to start using our voices for real. Now, DeSantis, I need to holler at your Trump ass right quick. Because I don't understand how you got all this power in Florida, but folks' rent steady going up every damn month. Now, Mom Johnny, he done changed the goddamn game, and I know y'all ain't happy about it. And while folks' rent keep going up every month in Florida, I don't see the wages going up. They ain't moving with it. The math ain't mathing. You got people moving to this state, prices jumping, neighborhoods changing, landlords getting rid rich out their ass, and people that already live here getting pushed out. So what exactly are you doing for the people that build these communities? Because it don't feel like we being protected. It feel like we being priced out. And I'm looking at other places doing things like rent protections and policy changes. And my question is simple. Why can't we have real relief here too? Why does it feel like it's always talk and never action when it comes to working people? And I'm going to say this respectfully but firmly. You can't keep running the state like everything is fine when everyday people are struggling to keep a roof over their head. That's not politics. That's survival. And people are tired because we see money moving everywhere except back into the communities that need it the most. So I'm asking again, what exactly are you doing for the people of Florida? Because from where I'm standing, it don't feel like enough. And come election time, please remember that. All of y'all remember that.
Did y'all hear that? That's how I feel. I represent those people right there. People like her. And you're right, sister. It's time to vote. That's why you see my black ass running for Congress right now. Because I'm like her. I'm like her. And it amazes me when people oh shit, she's experienced. Any politician right now is only experienced, in my opinion, stealing. Because these are the issues that people are. I saw this online and I was like, this is what I'm hearing every day when I go into the community and I talk to people. These are the same thing. Rent going up, insurance going up, cost of living going up, and ain't no money coming back into the community. Ain't no jobs for people to be able to sustain the high cost of living. Because of by design. You see all these billionaires and trillionaires moving into South Florida. You see these people they got the white woman running in a black district race. Come on. Everybody got to be smart about it. You see it's the cost of living out the roof in South Florida, but then, like the lady said, the math ain't mathing. If you're going to raise the cost of living, if you're going to raise the insurance, if you're going to raise property taxes, then where's the jobs? Who are you doing all this for? Where's the jobs to offset that? And so again, where's what are we doing? Are we getting ready to expand the port and get more jobs there? Are we getting ready to get some money from the federal government and give to these small business owners to bring their businesses up? Are we going to take this infrastructure money and we're going to build some more roads and have people get major jobs? Are we going to build some workforce housing? Because people can't afford to live here if they're not being able to afford to. They can afford to live in workforce housing. Are we going to build affordable housing? Okay, who's going to build affordable housing? Is people going to look like us? Built by us, for us? Are we going to do that? Because right now, you can't afford to live here when everything going up. The math ain't mathing. So you really trying to erase us. You really trying to get us to move. Because everything about this economy, and so that's why it's so freaking easy. I sit up here and be like, okay, what is my platform? My platform is to bring in more jobs, bring in the numbers, because they raising the numbers. These bring in better jobs, high-paying jobs, get with the blockchain. Okay, y'all come on, partner with all these different entities and these organizations to bring high-paying jobs. Give an industry tax credit. 65% tax credit. Entertainment. We got large parcels of land over here. We're going to drag this land here, get the Army Corps of Engineers and fix this land. We're going to expand the port. That means more ships coming in, more people with six-figure high-paying jobs. You can now afford to live here. Nobody is saying that but me. That is so simple. Because the cost of living is going up. The insurance, you can bail people out. You get subsidies. If you could bail out the auto industry and the airline industry, you could bail out the people of Florida. And why in the fuck is the insurance going up when it never went up? I've been living in Florida all my 60-some years. My house never blew away. My mom's house never blew away in a hurricane. So all of a sudden, you don't want to insure houses that ain't blown away. You want to run the cost of insurance up because of a hurricane? It's really simple. The structure of houses, there are houses that on my block where I came from, no house ever got blown away in a hurricane. We've been through Andrew and you name it, every other category 5s and all those things. It don't get blown away. It's because the building department allowed them to build out of code. Because why are they building out of code? Because the special interest groups are developers, and those developers are paying off your politicians, and then now those politicians are allowing these buildings to be built out of code. That shit get blown down. The insurance company has to then repay them for their property damages, and so therefore the people don't want to insure the people in the state, and that's why the price is going up. Other than just say, "Oh, no, hold the fuck on." You got to build toward code. You got to go get some center block. In the state of Florida, we're building center block. Okay, fine. Now our insurance costs just went down. Thank you. Hello. And in the meantime, me, Mr. Congressman, I'm going to get relief. My people in my district ain't going to be having that problem. All them black businesses in my district, I'm going to tell them, hey, look here, apply for this small business loan. Uplift your business, and now you get to bring more money. What else I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in all these corporations, and we're going to bring these corporations, the music and the TV industry, and we're going to give them tax credits that the state of Florida dumbass don't want to give them. We're going to give them federal tax credits. Now they're going to open up big movie studios and big corporations. People going to make money. We're going to then build these affordable houses by us, for us. Ain't gonna have no Julio Raimundo sitting at the front desk talking about, oh, my friend, you cannot get back in. I need 5 years of tax return. Oh, no. But Julio Torres don't even know how to speak no goddamn English. Go in there and do what? Come on, man. Let's make it make sense. This shit real simple. But y'all want somebody who got experience. Experience doing what? Luke, you need to consolidate. Really? No, they need to consolidate to go against me. I'm the businessman. I'm the wise guy. I'm the guy who creates. I'm the creator. Everything I touch turned to gold. Thank you. That's my show, ladies and gentlemen. Hoping that you guys have the rest of a beautiful week. I'll be back on Friday. I might have to tape because I got quite a few events on Friday and Saturday. Make sure y'all check out my website, www.luthercampbellforcongress.com. I need y'all to send money. I ain't going front. We need donations. You can donate up to $3,500, $5, $10, whatever it may be, but we need to donate. Because when you donate to this campaign right here, you're donating to change. You're donating to change in Black politics, people. You're donating because what we do here in Congressional District 20 is going to change how we operate on a national basis. Because when you send me to Washington, I'm going to Washington represent Congressional District 20, but change the way we're doing business as African-American elected members of Congress. Because I'm going there guns a-blazing. I'm telling you right now. I don't care where you at, any part of the country. I will be representing you through my district. And I got to vote on the things that you need, because when I go up there, I'm talking about, no, fuck that. Medicare, Medicaid, yeah, fine. Okay, we're going to hold that all down. But how about free insurance for everybody? You're talking about Mondani? It's just simple things that can be done here in America. We should not be living in poverty. We're the greatest country in the world. You think they got high costs of insurance in the Bahamas and Jamaica? You think insurance is running them crazy? They ain't Hurricane Alley. There's really simple things, but because these special interest groups, whether it's prescription drug companies, they put money in the campaigns. Insurance company, they put money in the campaigns to keep the prices out the roof. All this shit is by design. We're being price gouged up the yin yang in this country. But at the end of the day, they could send y'all a mailer, they could put an ad on the thing, they could say something bad about a good politician, and y'all go for the okie doke. All you're doing is screwing yourself with no Vaseline. It's just that simple. So hey, look, I'm gonna take my shot. And I'm asking people to get me off the bench, put me in the game. At the end of the day, I'm not a career politician. I would not be running for Congress again. I would not be running for another office again. I'm going to go get me some dual citizenship. My child is going to go to college, and I'm going to be traveling the world. Where Luke at? We need Luke to fight for the old Luke on. Luke tried to fight. Luke already know. Luke over there on some boat doing like this. Say, hey, man, I told y'all I'm going to be like Kamala Harris. I told y'all want to play around with Debbie. Y'all want to play around with Dale. Y'all want to play around with all these people here. I'll be like, I'm chilling. Ain't no, oh, Luke, we need you to run. No, Luke ain't running no more. Luke ain't running no more. Luke, we need you to run for governor. We need you to run. Come fix this shit. No. Luke will be gone. Enjoying the rest of his life, trying to keep my little coins that I have. And I'm going to urge you all, keep your coins. Because this shit ain't designed around us. Look at my girls again. Look at my girls. You got to love them. One, the lady in the red is 110 years old. The other lady next to her on the right, 93 years old. And they just chilling, man. I sat down, had lunch with them, man. I had a big old spread, ladies and gentlemen. Go to my website. Go to not the website, but go to my social media pages, and you'll see I just did a whole collage. It's just so many pictures, man. So many great shots. I had a great time today at the Lauderdale Lake Senior Citizen Facility in Broward County, man. I mean, it was a beautiful, man. I brought the band there. We had chicken. They had string beans. Man, I gave them a full spread, dessert, everything. I took care of my people. And they had a ball. They was in there. Man, let me tell you, we were supposed to be in there from 9. We were supposed to be in there from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Man, them folks was in there waiting for me at 9. It was like, yo, the people are in here waiting for you. They love you. I'm like, oh, shoot. And they were there since 9 o'clock waiting. I'm riding down the highway, burning up the highway because, you got to be fashionably late a little bit, 10, 20. Man, I'm burning down the highway, man. I had me a ball. I had me a good time this morning. I had me a good time. I want to say shouts out to Jackie. Jackie was bold enough to have us. Like I said early on, man, in the show, man, they have been trying to disenfranchise me and stop me from going to places. In this particular senior home, I did not even advertise. I didn't even tell people I was coming. All those people, that thing was sold out. It was a packed house. All those good folks were in there, based off just word of mouth in their facility and their complex. And it was a beautiful thing, because what's happening right now is getting real nasty out here. These folks, these career politicians, they know other people who run these facilities, and they're making phone calls. Don't let Luke in. So it's a big old, don't let Luke into a facility. The YMCA. Don't let Luke in there, come up with some BS. Why not to let him in to have a town hall meeting? So we work our way around it. We know the BS when we see it. And so we don't advertise certain things. We advertise one event right now. It's not chicken soup for the soul conversation, but it's sauce for the soul conversation, because they eat chicken sauce and turkey sauce, and the world famous restaurant CC's, we're having that on the 3rd of July. And I might end up in New Orleans on the 4th of July at the all-white party for Essence. Y'all have to stay tuned for that, because I'm normally blowing up fireworks with my son. Hey, what's up, Miss Campbell? How you doing? But man, hey, I want to say this before I get off here. I lost some good friends this week. We lost some good friends. One good friend, one of my childhood friends, Michael Hopkins, his son called me up over the weekend, told me dad passed. I want to say my condolence goes out to Michael Hopkins and his family. Him and my brother was like that. And we all became good friends. Matter of fact, Michael Hopkins ended up working for me, and he was road manager. He was my road manager. Then he ended up going on tour with H-Town and became their road manager for many, many years. And so, Hop, he'll be missed. He has a strong legacy that will carry on. He was one of the founding members of Liberty City Optimists. Our board. So, I want to, say my condolences goes out to him and his family, Michael Hopkins, and then we lost another. We lost a young lady, Keisha. She was found unalive. Good friend of mine. I met Keisha in the club, and the young lady, drop dead gorgeous. And I would always have these conversations from Detroit, and probably saw on the news. I would always have these conversations with her because the girl was like a damn 8. And my conversations with her was always about trying to inspire her to do other things other than the club, or what is this club business where's it gonna take you? And so stop saying unalive. I have to say unalive because social media will ban you. So you got to say that. So this young lady, she was trying to change her life around. I talked to her all the time. We always had these conversations about what you're doing and how you doing and all these things like that. She had my last conversation with her. She was getting into the church. She had started going to church on a regular basis. She had a little clothing line that she was doing. She, so I talked to her off and on. It's almost like, when people trying to leave the club life, and they know what I'm all about. They know I'm about, okay, hey man, you need to do some things with your life because you're very smart, very intelligent. You're bigger than that, and it'd be a struggle for a lot of ladies in the club life to leave that fast money. It takes you got to be really, really strong in the mind to leave that. And so the young lady, she would go and come back and all that. I would talk to her. Never nothing, nothing personal with us. But it was we just had a little connection. I thought she was a beautiful lady with a bright future. And, I'll see ladies like that. Men, same thing. And we'll have conversations about, hey man, tap into what you do great. Tap into the things that you do great. Something similar to what shouts out to people in West Palm Beach, Florida A&M chapter. I was a keynote speaker there, and I had the same conversation with some other young people because that is what I do. I think God brings me here has me here on this earth to inspire others and tell people my story. And so this young lady, I would always have these conversations with her. Look, man, tap into what you do best. And she liked it, designing clothes. She, at one point, had a clothing store. And then she ended up had a boyfriend and a clothing store. Looked like her business was going good and, great job. And then all of a sudden, there was no clothing store. And then, when they come back and talk, they'll tell me the sad stories about whatever it is. And I always try to encourage them to do something great. She ended up getting into the church. Oh, great job. You're in the church right now. And I'm trying to do this. I have a new design for a pair of jeans that this young lady was designing the last time I talked to her while going to church and being deep into the church. But I don't know what ended up happening. And you see them on the news, and all of a sudden somebody is missing. And then you see a parent on there talk about my daughter was unalive, which was a sad thing. I was hoping for the best for that young lady, and it is very, very sad that she's gone too early. And I would say to everybody on this broadcast, talk to, some people are trying to make changes in their life. It is tough. It is tough. They have to, it's only them. They have to buckle down, and, we could do all the talking and saying, hey, look, you're better than this. You're better than this. You got greatness in you. But they have to do it themselves. And we have to then try and encourage them to do the right thing, which is what I tried to do with the young lady. I'm sad to see that she's gone too early here. And because you never want to see that. You never want to see that. You want to try to save as many lives as you possibly can. I got a ton of people's lives that I've saved, like I talked about on this early part of this broadcast, that hasn't given in money to my campaign, which is a sad thing, especially all the damn football players and entertainers. But there are a few who we try and reach, and they try to make the change in their life, but some kind of way they slide back into these other things, which in the back of their mind, they're struggling. It's almost like the movie Carlito Way, where you see him trying to get out of the street life, but then that street life keep pulling him back. And then, it's a struggle. It's a real struggle. I had to go through that myself, because I was a young dude, running around there in the streets, even though I had 4 other brothers who were college graduates, finished top of their class, all of us were smart. I had to make a decision. Hey, look, you got 2 roads to go. You can go to jailhouse, or you go to graveyard. Or the third road is to be a productive person. Use your brain to be smart about it. Use your brain to do something great with your life. And that's what I did. That was the decision that I made. And that's why I try and encourage everybody along my travels, to do great things. And so to see this young lady leave here so soon, is not a good thing. So when we see these young people and they're trying to make that transition, keep trying to encourage them. I know at some point they got to do the work. Yeah, they got to do the work. And you're not going to save everybody. We're not going to save everybody. I'm not going to save everybody. But then there are these tragedies. I've had young guys who played ball with me, and they didn't make it. They ended up, some went to jail. We talk about the success stories, but at the same time, there are some people, there are some non-successful stories, some that ended up in jail and some that ended unalive, and some that ended unalive in all kind of different circumstances. Like I had one kid who played ball for me, played running back, Jai Wiggins, actually Young Miami's first baby daddy. Before she was Young Miami, she would be out there watching him play. He was my running back. He was at a party and got unalive. And so he had a promising career. He actually started over Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman was not the star running back. He was a quarterback on my team. This is how good this young man was. And we're talking about Devontae Freeman. He ended up becoming the highest paid running back in the NFL. But the guy who started over him on my little league football team was Jai Wiggins, Young Miami's first baby daddy. And so again, we try and save all lives, but there are some that end up in tragic situations. But we could only try. We could only continue trying, and that's what I do, and that's what God put me on this earth for, is to try and save lives. That's why when it comes back to this politic thing, I sit back and I say to myself, what the fuck are you doing? You got 3 businesses to run. You got to do program and all that. What are you doing? And it always come back to me going back, talking to people. And it's a reminder, young people and older people. I only the young people, the older people, and people like that young lady was so frustrated of the situation and the system that we're in right now. It's a constant reminder that we have to get out. We have to get out, and we have to try to save these lives. We have to apply ourselves, and I cannot sit idle by not being an influence on lives. I stopped coaching high school football, and that was my best way of getting kids out of the situations that they were in. 90% of my kids went to college, and I did that for over 20 years. I pride myself on getting them to college, somebody college. Everybody wasn't going to be an NFL player, but everybody was going to go there, and everybody was going to get a degree, and everybody was going to work hard because I installed in them work hard ethics. So that's why when my kids come back and they say, Coach, thank you for being so tough on me, I enjoyed that. And anybody that I'm surrounded by, if I go into the club and the girls is dancing and I see one girl and I'm like, look, lady, have a seat right here. What's your plans for your future? Because at some point, everything has an expiration date on it. What do you plan on doing with your life? What do you like doing? What do you do best? You drop dead gorgeous. We ain't getting into we ain't talking about what you need to, if you could save one person, that would inspire others. And unfortunately, there are some you're not going to save. That's why my condolence goes out to Miss Keisha and her family. My condolences go out to my good friend Michael Hopkins and his family in these difficult times. You're talking about an older guy that's in his 60s, a young girl and 31 years old. You know what I'm saying? And so the ones we do save, the ones who are successful, yes, but then there are the few that don't make it along the way. So our prayers go out to the people who are no longer with us. And at the end of the day, oh yeah, and I forgot, but my good friend Coach D, Coach Clark, another difficult one. So I got 3 people leave. Coach Clark, Michael Hopkins, and my good friend Keisha. Man, Clark, another guy. I mean, Coach Clark, I knew him, Southern coach. When you're coaching high school football, you're calling up all these coaches in the NCAA, whether they're at Southern, whether they're at Miami, whether they're at Alabama, whatever. You're trying to get your kids in college. And so in the coaching community, we have a close-knit community because we're always trying to get these kids in college. And so we have a living respect for each other. And Coach Clark, another guy, young guy. He loved it coaching ball. He loved it being an inspiration in young people's lives. And Coach was on there with my good friend D, and her, and they were on Coffee in the Morning, and Coach, would bring another side of intellect when it came to football because he was a top of the line coach. He interned at NFL teams and he coached on a very, very high level. And so for that young man to leave here is another shocker. Another shocker. So I 3 people around me, special people. And like I say, my condolence goes out to Coach Clark and his family and everybody and all of his friends because the people around him who he touched were, if you knew him, you knew he was a great guy, always a gift to gab. He wanted to be on the highest level. He worked his ass off. To try and be on he was working HBCU. He was on his way Power 5, working, interning in the NFL. He's getting his name out there. He's getting his name in the coaching community. He would always call me up, hey, Luke, man, make a call to this school right here. Hey, man, coach, did you send the resume? Yeah. Make a call over here for me. Make a call over there for me. So in that coaching business is a very difficult business when it comes to African-American men. It's almost like who you know is a little fraternity. It's a tough business, just like every other business. It's who you are signed up with, who is your agent, and things like that. So to see that young man who meant so much to so many people and so many young people that he's inspired, and so many young people that he coached, and so many people that have been around nothing but good shit to say about Coach Clark. To see him going this early, I mean, it's a real tragedy. It's a real tragedy. And so, again, you know, my good friend Michael Hopkins, you know, one of my childhood friends, for him to leave, Coach Clark, and then you have the young lady, Keisha. I mean, it's been all over the news. The lady missing, and then all of a sudden, unalive on a beach. You know, don't know what the hell. It's all these are people. You know, Mike did his thing. These other two young people, they were on their way. They were fighting for greatness. You know, and for Coach to leave her in his sleep, difficult. And that's why I tell people all the time, life is too short, man. Enjoy every moment, because tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. That's why a lot of people have a tendency to say, Luke, why are you just so happy all the time? I can't deal with drama. I'm sorry. I can't deal with drama. I can't deal with negative people around me. It has to be about enjoying this moment. And I urge everybody, enjoy the moment, because you never know when it's going to be taken away from you. Enjoy the people around you. Enjoy the people that you love. Tell them you love them. I tell my child I love him all the time. I don't get off the phone without letting them know I love him. It's not promised to us. You know, we got 3 people that we're talking about right now. One guy's passing his sleep. Another young lady, we don't know what the hell happened to her. And another young fella through complications. And so there's life. One thing is guaranteed, people. You're going to leave here. We all are going to leave here at some point. That is guaranteed. How you enjoy this life right here is up to you. So if you want to go on that vacation, go on that vacation. Go on that damn vacation. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go and stand on top of the bar at the club and sing your favorite Uncle Luke song, stand on top of the bar and sing your favorite Uncle Luke song. Only thing they're going to do is tell you to get down. Enjoy this life. Enjoy every moment like it's your last moment, because it could be. Tomorrow's not promised to none of us. That's my show, ladies and gentlemen. Again, condolence goes out to all of my good friends who have passed away. Shouts out to my girl D in there in the comments. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all on Friday, God willing. In the words of Walter Cronkite, may the good news be yours.
The next great congressman from the state of Florida, and his name will be Luther Campbell.
I'm civil rights attorney Ben Crump, often referred to as Black America's Attorney General. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, went to high school at South Plantation High School. My dad still lives in Parkway. We want to make sure we have a strong advocate from our community who understands our culture to go fight for us in the United States Congress. So make sure you go vote for Uncle Luke Campbell for Congress on August 18th.